Bookwrights House, where stories steer the soul and every chapter reminds us of the magic that imagination brings. Today, we're honored to welcome an author whose words transport us to the lands of whimsy, wisdom, and wonder. Judith Eastwood, author of Josie's Passage, has carved a beautiful space in the world of fantasy, emotion, and storytelling. Now, Judith describes herself as a sock turned wrong side out, full of dangling threads, waiting for children to gently turn her right side in. It's a perfect metaphor for her work, heartfelt, colorful, and deeply imaginative. Good day, Judith. I'm Elijah Barcelona, and on behalf of Bookwrights House, thank you so much for joining us. We're delighted to speak with you about your journey as an author, the meaning behind your words, and what lies ahead in your creative path. So let's dive right in. Okay, so let's talk about your journey as an author first. So you've published an impressive 14 titles so far. That is an inspiring milestone. So, what initially inspired you to become an author, and how has your voice evolved around across the books?
Let's go back a while. Let's go back to when I learned to read.
Mm-hmm.
When I learned to read, writing followed. I wanted to write as a child, and I did. I wrote little books and I illustrated them. I made books. My theme of how I describe myself is once I learned to read, I read to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked certain types of nonfiction, such as history. I like things about the ocean, maritimes. But when I dove into the books of fantasy and make-believe, my heart was captured. And one of the things I promised myself as a child is when I grew up, I want to write books like this.
Mm-hmm.
And after my teaching career ended in 2002, I wanted to stay connected to the classroom and those kids. I went back to my writing. And the journey began probably when I was around 10 or 12. And now I'm 75. I'm retired from education, and I'm staying connected to those kids. And there's a lot of wisdoms in my work and a lot of research, but we do it in a fun way. Once we cross over to the realm of fantasy, anything goes. Everything goes. You can be whatever you want to be or to do, and have fun while you're doing it.
Now, each of your stories or your works carries its own personality and tone. Of all the books that you've written, I know this is a hard one. Which title do you feel most personally connected to, and why?
It's Josie's Passage for sure.
Okay, yes.
My husband and I share a mutual love for animals. And I have always had feelings for animals that have special needs. I worked with kids that have special needs, especially behavior challenges. And it's who I am. And Josie was not our first choice with Peak Lab Rescue in North Carolina. But when the first pup we picked was adopted, I saw Josie. And when I read her story, I was touched. So we had a meet and greet with the foster family. And I met Josie with my husband, and we immediately fell in love with her. Her story is very unique, and the whole thing is in the book, the whole journey of Josie. And she's quite a miracle. She was tossed out of purebred I'm sure she's registered, or her parents were. She's a hybrid dog, what we would call a field lab, a working dog. Mm-hmm. And She had a broken leg when they found her. Some people riding along the side of a road in a dark wooded area with no houses around, they found her. And they couldn't keep her, they didn't want to keep her, but they knew what to do with her. And so one step led to the next. And we were her 7th stop during her passage from 8 weeks old until now. And I was inspired. I told the foster family when we had a meet and greet, signed papers, and adopted her, I said, there's a story here, because hers is like any other that Peak Lab Rescue had encountered. And I'm not going to give that away because that's in the book. Josie's passage has received phenomenal independent professional reviews, and also just people that have read the book and have posted on Amazon at different places. It's a very sweet story, and it's all true. Yes, and we have her now. She's 6 years old, and she's still traumatized from the experience, but she's come a long way, very long way. We loved her so much that we adopted another dog from them. His name is Wyatt. We're doing the Tombstone theme. Wyatt Earp, Josie Earp, and Wyatt is probably half lab, half setter. But they're two amazing dogs. And then we ended up with Doc, and that's the sequel to Josie's passage. Showed up, he's a purebred stubby-tailed cattle dog, and he just showed up one day and he'd been severely abused and just thrown out here on our farm.
How old is Josie again now?
Josie is 6.
6.
She's 6 now, and Wyatt, she will be 7 in November, and Wyatt will be 7 in January.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a few dogs at home, so I totally understand you. And like 2 of our dogs are also from the shelter. Yeah, we got for dog also we got from the street. So yes, I feel connected with the story now.
I don't know why people will search out a breeder and spend all of this money when you can find a wonderful dog at a shelter, or Peak Lab fosters their dogs, and they're either purebred labs or mixed lab, and they never go in a shelter. They go into a home as soon as they're rehabilitated with whatever physical needs or emotional needs. Puppies, if they're, I just looked today at their website, they've got puppies that were left in a box abandoned, beautiful little black lab puppies. So, and the lady who started Peak Lab Rescue, Debbie Letney, was a nurse before she gave that up and opened up this agency for these beautiful, up until a year or 2 ago, the Labrador Retriever was the most popular dog in the world. And many reasons, for many reasons. They're such an amazing animal.
Sweet. They're also sweet. We also have a lab. His name is Peanut.
You have one?
Yeah, but he's not here with me. He's with my parents. Yeah, he's taller than me. The Labradors are taller than us. Moving forward and looking ahead, your upcoming book has been generating interest. Can you give us a sneak peek into the storyline or theme and what readers can look forward to?
Okay, this is volume 6 of the series I'm currently writing, entitled The Chronicles of the Realm. I'm in the book. All the books are connected. Once we leave this place I call Theron, which is Celtic for here and now, we cross over into fantasy. that's where I take my readers with me by the hand, and we have something to do each book. This book is entitled, and it should be released in a week or two. It's entitled, it's volume 6, Once Upon a Creek, and the subtitle is A Voyage to the Cape of Never-Ending Essences. And right now, currently, it's my favorite book. Mm-hmm. But you know what? My illustrator said, "You're like me, Judy." He said, B.J. Narker is my illustrator. He said, every painting I do is my favorite until I do the next one. And then that's my favorite. So I'm excited to get it in my hands. A little bit about the story. I got interested in what essence is. And I did a lot of research on it and really surprised at what I learned. So it's about 7 writers of the past, most of them Victorian period. And you would know the names if I told them to you. They're very famous writers of fantasy. And I go to this Cape of Never-Ending Essences, and waiting for me are 7 ghosts, the ghosts of these writers. Mm-hmm. And they have something to share with me, each one in their way. I come back knowing more about what essence is so that it would better my writing of fantasy.
Yes.
It's a very special book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yes, your stories are like imaginative and emotionally rich because we're tackling like fantasy. So what are the core values of recurring themes that tie your body of work together?
Okay, resolve.
Mm-hmm. Resolve, yes.
In a lot of my in my writing, I use the word resolve. Not to give up. Something that you believe in. There's a lot of love that connects. All kinds of love. I include scripture, Holy Scripture passages in all of my books. Mm-hmm. Friendship is a big thing. And this continues through all of my books. We just have fun, and there's a lot of learning in my books. All of my books, you can research them and see that the things that I teach about, like for instance, the Maritimes in the Psalm or the Mysteries of the Deep, that's book 5. A lot of research on the pirate era, their lives, and in that book, I focus on the four of the female pirates, and actually one of them was from America, which is shocking. So a lot of research goes into it. I teach the readers some things, and if you check my work and say, well, I don't know about this, they'll find out that I researched this, tons and tons and tons of research. And it's fun for me because I'm learning at the same time.
Okay, so let's talk about the craft, of writing. So you balance fantasy and feeling, and it takes a skill. So how do you balance creativity and structure in your writing process, especially across such a diverse portfolio? 14 stories. Mm-hmm.
The creativity, people have asked me, different ones, how do you do this? How do you just turn these books out like you did? Yes. It's like I'm watching a video in my head. Once I get crossover from here to there, something flips a switch and I see a movie. And the characters, they come and go. Some of them are allowed to stay, some of them I say, no, probably not yet. Let's see, what else was that now?
Yeah, how do you balance creativity and structure in your writing process, especially about the diversity of your portfolio?
Well, they're not really that diverse. They're connected.
Mm-hmm.
The books are connected.
Mm-hmm.
But I do target a diverse audience. Mostly readers that are in the uh, advanced reader, middle reader,
Mm-hmm.
say sixth, seventh grade, fifth grade, on through young adults. These books are not for little ones. Now, I have kept the attention of some little ones when I was on book tour once, and I kept the little ones in the first copy of Dragon, the first one. And oh, by the way, did you see the awards I've won, which I'm honored?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you this.
Okay,
This
okay.
was this was the book that started my journey.
Dragon.
All right, the second copy, I got the award.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
This is all the same book,
Uh-huh. Dragon.
Dragon Enter the Realm. This is one of three.
Mm-hmm.
That book held the attention of little ones for a while. But and those books rhyme. The second and fourth lines in a 4-line stanza rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how I did it. I really don't know how I wrote those books now because that was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was contacted by Forward Magazine when the book was entered, and that I had made the finalists. And then cryptically, I was told that I needed to appear at the convention center in Washington, D.C. And I did. And Dragon 1 took the bronze medal of 3 awards in the juvenile fiction category, and I was just shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Very proud.
Yes.
We have a dragon mascot costume that it's a professional costume. He's retired now. My husband used to wear the costume, but we're both handicapped now and old, and he's been retired. If I could find a young man to wear the costume and I had an event, I would definitely entertain that.
I know it's a bit late, but yes, congratulations to getting the award.
Oh yeah, and also I was nominated anonymously for the Marquee Who's Who, and I won that
Oh.
last year.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
I was shocked, and I asked them who nominated. They said they wanted to remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't tell me. So yeah. What I do, dear, is I take everyday things and spin them, and then the fantasy comes. It's just real people, real things, everyday things that just happen, and I spin a story, and it's like watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yes. So now that we're in this topic, let's talk about like the heart of the story. So, how do you envision your ideal reader, and what do you hope they carry with them after reading your books?
The ideal reader is someone that likes fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
make believe. Even, let me tell you, even adults were purchasing my books. I was traditionally published one time with a small startup company, and one of the events that my girl booked for me was Barbara Bush's book festival in Austin, Texas, and I went to that, and they sold 194 copies of Dragon 1 in 2 days, and it generated a lot of interest, but a lot of fantasy readers were in line to get books signed. A lot of adults, people that love dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, you can go from 9 to 99 if you're a fantasy, if you like fantasy as I do. I'm 75 and I've loved it since I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm able to contribute my world, my fantasy world, with readers.
So, yes. But now we talk about how you contributed to the fantasy world. So, in today's crowded literary landscape, what do you feel sets your voice apart?
Um, Passion.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
People say that when they go into the world that I have, my world, they are on vacation for a while and they feel like they're in the book, they're part of it. And that's because my passion comes through. I am so excited about my writing and being able to share it. I envision it going global and translated into all languages. That is a hope and a dream from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll be able to achieve that one day.
That's a child,
Mm-hmm.
dream.
Mm-hmm. So, are there any upcoming event, campaigns, or collaborations you like readers and fellow writers to know about?
Uh, I am just now beginning to get into this again after my husband and I were in a severe car wreck a while back, and I was on hold for a while. But we're better, and I'm back on this. So really, I'm willing. I have explained it to those that are helping me that I'm willing to do some events. Excited about it. Some readings, some book signings, but nothing is planned right now. But I have made it known that I will. And there are some people locally here that carry my books. I just donate them to the different little places around here. We have no major bookstores here. We just have some little local bookstores. And they've told me that they will host a book signing, an event, if when I let them know. I'm hoping that launching the new book soon can get us going here. And I've explained it to the people that are helping me that just make it big. Because when I'm with a room full of people that love fantasy, whether you're young or you're old, you're young at heart, young, my passion will shine through at a reading. Yeah. And I'll take you with me. Yeah. We'll go together over to the realm. Yeah.
Okay. So, now let's talk about the legacy and your reflection. Your life and your words carry such sincerity and, imagination. If you could describe your writing legacy in one sentence, what would it be?
That my writing touched globally the hearts of everybody globally that are interested in this type of thing. My passion is there. My heart is there. You just got to open that book and read it, and you'll see. And each book leads into the next book. I don't leave you hanging. They're all connected. The trilogy is connected, and the chronicles are connected. I have 2 series books. The trilogy is about my youngest daughter when she was growing up. She inspired me. She's such a different character. And one book led into the next. The first book is when she was a little girl. The second book is for the teenage years. And believe it or not, the third and final book, Dreamscape, is her world as an adult. So we're going to grow with my daughter, Dragon, and I may share this and I may not, but I discovered when I was writing book 2, which was quite a challenge. It took me 18 months to write that book because it rhymes, remember. That I needed to add a chapter, and I inserted chapter 11 in this book. It's just 2 pages. And after I wrote it, I discovered that I was the dragon. And I didn't know it. Not until it came to me. I was writing about myself. Yeah. It's funny how this works. I'll tell you, Elijah, it's funny. It's something that it's a treasure. Writing and sharing my writing with others is a treasure to me.
Thank you for that. Okay, so now can you invite our viewers and readers to purchase your book, to try reading one? Yes, can you invite us, and where can we buy physical copies of your books?
Well, sadly, the trilogy and 2 picture books that I wrote. One is Dragon My Dragon, and the other one is Fairy Wick Enchanted, and they're based on true stories. Both of them involve me, but the reader doesn't know that. They're retired, and so is the trilogy. I had to take them out of print because my work was being pirated, and I took them down, and they have been out of print for a while now. I'm hoping that soon those books will be pulled out of retirement. The other books, the dog books and the chronicles, are for sale on Amazon and any other little companies that jump under the wings of Amazon. Yeah.
Okay. Now for the last and most important question. How was it working with ink to scripts or with Bookwrights? How was it working with us?
I'm glad you asked me that, Elijah, because I can't say enough good things about it. I don't know whether I'm allowed to mention some names, but everyone, especially Mike Wolf, has been a breath of fresh air because I have had so many slaps in the face and scammed and taken advantage of, and that didn't happen with ink to script and Bookwrights. It's a prayer answered is what it is, Elijah. I asked for this, and it only took 20 years, but it's here. And I'm 75, and as long as I can keep going and keep writing, I'm going to keep writing and keep going. There are 9 volumes in the Chronicles, and I'm on book 7. And then I have an idea for 2 more picture books in another series. But I'm 75. Statistically, I'm in the winter of the season is the winter of my life, so we'll see.
You already did well in your own way. You've gone so far and written lots of books, open doors to people who wants to read, fantasy books and imaginative scenes. So yes, I can truly say that this one is a successful journey. Judith, thank you for opening the door to your world, the one where children, animals, and wild-hearted imagination reign. Your writing reminds us to stay curious, to leap bravely, and to always look at life a little sideways, the way only a true storyteller can. To our audience, thank you for joining us today at Bookwrights House. Until next time, keep writing, keep wondering, and remember, inside every story is a little bit of magic and a little bit of you. Thank you so much.